Ooh, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Stirring around. You can see there's not much of the, you got some beef in there, but the vegetables and the color look very good. It smells it smells very rich. I like it. It smells summery. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tubby Time. Hope you're all doing well. It is, what, like 90 something degrees out? Yeah, it's great. So we decided it would be a perfect day to make soup. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like soup in the summer when it's 90 something degrees out? In reality, Kayla got her teeth pulled yesterday. She's in a little bit of pain. She's trying not to smile, which is not that difficult for her. So we wanted to make something that wasn't really difficult to chew and can be enjoyable and somewhat filling. So we just came up with this recipe. Actually, she came up with this recipe. And it's basically just like a summer soup sort of thing. No clue how it's going to turn out. We're looking forward to it though. Yeah. And we're going to take you through the steps to make it. And hopefully it turns out well. I'm going to be doing most of the talking, so she doesn't have to, cause herself to be in pain. I'm going to try not to make her smile. And we'll go from there. So let's see what we have. I hate squirrels. All right, so the first thing we're doing is we're cutting up our vegetables and we're gonna place those in a bowl when we're done, and we're just cubing them. We have summer squash here, dice it up into quarters. And we'll place that in a medium-sized bowl. Next here we have our zucchini, same thing, dice it into quarters, add it to the bowl. And last but not least, we have our carrots. We're gonna use 3 full-size carrots probably just to make it even with the other vegetables. The other vegetables are just medium-sized zucchini and summer squash. And we're just dicing these up into probably like 1/2 inch pieces, maybe 3/4 of an inch. We're gonna do one more just to even it out. And here's our bowl of veggies. Looks pretty even. We're gonna throw this off to the side. Next, you're gonna take your pot. We have a 7-liter pot here. And we're gonna throw it on medium-high heat. Throw some of our olive oil inside. Let that come to temp. Now, what's cool about this recipe is you can do this as a vegetarian recipe, and that's sort of what we're aiming for. However, we have some ground beef that was left over in our freezer, so we're gonna use that. This is probably about 1/2 pound of ground beef. And with everything else going on here, we're not really going to, that's not going to stand out, I should say. It's not really the focal point of the soup. So you can cut that out or whatever. We just want to add a little bit because it was left over. We didn't want to buy any more. So we'll let this come up to temp and then throw our ground beef in. Next we have our onion. This is a medium-sized onion, sweet onion. We're going to use the whole onion, and I think what I want to do here is cut these into we're not going to dice them. We're going to cut them into somewhat manageable strips so Kayla can actually eat them. So I'm not going to go too crazy. So we just go across about 1/2 inch, another 1/2 inch the other way. We get left with these little manageable cubes. Oh God. All right, let's throw our meat in. We're smoking. Simmer down. Just gonna mash it up like so. Just gonna add some ground pepper, a few pinches of sea salt. You can do that to taste. We're just gonna let that boil down a little bit. Render down, I should say. Boil, yeah. Like I said before, this is completely optional. You don't need the beef, and that's gonna render down a lot, so we're not really gonna have a 1/2 pound of beef in there. I think we're gonna probably have a few servings, maybe like 4 servings total, considering we're fat. In the meantime, we just have a can of kidney beans, dark red, also optional. And we're gonna drain those out. So we're at the point where the fat is rendered down. It's in the bottom of the hot. Now we're gonna throw our onion in. And a lot of times, you know, you would cook the onion first, but we want the onion to cook with the rest of the veggies, and we want the onions to caramelize in some of that fat that's in there and slow down the cooking of the beef a little bit. The beef is pretty evenly cooked right now, so we'll wait till those are somewhat transparent. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. These are looking pretty good. Onions are somewhat transparent, so we're gonna go ahead and add our other ingredients. Take our veggies, throw those in, then our kidney beans. We're going to add 1 can of crushed tomatoes.
It's fine.
Just give that a stir around so nothing burns. We're still on a medium heat. Why didn't we open these before? We forgot to open the cans before, so we're doing that now. Always make sure you're prepped, unlike us. We have 6 cans of just regular beef broth, and we're not sure we're gonna use all of them. We just didn't know how much to get, so we got 6. If we don't use them, we'll use them for something else. So I'm gonna start with 3. Give that a stir. What do you think? One more?
Yeah, I was thinking one more.
Some of that will boil off, so. All right, so 4 cans of beef broth. Next, I'm gonna add some more pepper, a few pinches of salt. Gonna just do some basic Italian seasoning. Just a little tiny bit of garlic powder. 1 bay leaf, and then we are going to throw this on a high. Actually, I should probably stir that first. Lid. Other lid. There we go. Let that come to a boil. Actually, let's leave the lid off. Yeah, we'll leave the lid off. That's good. We'll let it come to a boil, and then we will turn it down to a simmer for approximately, how long? 30 to 45 minutes. Cool. Let that do that, and we'll be back. It's been about 45 minutes. Let's see what we're working with. That's hot. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. Stirring around. You can see there's not much of the, you got some beef in there, but the vegetables and the color look very good. It smells a little, it smells very rich. I like it. It smells summery. Well, I think it's about time to plate this up and do a taste test. Here we go, finished product.
Let me take a little bit at a time.
We'll get some of the other stuff too.
I can't take it all in my mouth at once.
You do see the beef, which is not the focal point, so. I really high.
It has really good flavor.
The flavor is delicious. Yeah. You can sort of taste the bay leaf, which is, it's not overpowering. The seasoning is really good. Yeah, beef broth was the way to go. Definitely the beef, the ground beef adds some flavor to it. I like it. And I actually don't mind eating this on a 90-degree day. I'm going to sweat my ass off, but it's not too bad.
That's what AC is for.
Yeah. So you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You're amazing.
I know.
Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not, including me. Well, that's it for this. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that's it for this episode of Tubby Time. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, comment. Give us ideas for what you want to see in the next recipe. And we're going to go be fat. So, until next time, stay tubby.